Hey everyone. It's day one of your pre-holiday fitness challenge. And what I want to start out with is your habit, the first habit out of the 5 that I'm going to give you. And the reason I want to start with the habit first is because, to be honest, lifestyle habits are more important than exercise to achieve your fitness goals. I know that maybe sounds a little counterintuitive, but to be totally honest, there are a lot of components to getting results, and I view exercise as a supplement to the other things that you have to get in order before things really start to come together. So the first habit that you're going to commit to is what I call food hygiene. So there's a couple of, I'm tricking you a little bit because there's a couple of goals within there's a couple of habits within this broad food hygiene habit. But here's what you need to do. It all happens at the same time. So technically it's all one habit. The food hygiene habit includes making sure that you only eat until you're about 80% full. And the idea of 80% really just represents make sure that you're getting less full than usual, somewhere around 10% less. Most people don't eat until they're completely overstuffed, but they will push it to like 90% full, 95% full. So wherever you're at in terms of relative fullness on average, just reduce it to about 10% of what you're at. And usually 80% represents a good place that describes being satisfied, but not full. And the reason this is important is because it's a natural way that avoids having to weigh your food or to count your calories to reduce your overall intake. And if you need to lose weight, I promise you, if you're only eating until about 80% for the next couple of months, you will get a result without having to count calories. So that's habit number 1 under the food hygiene umbrella is eat only until you are 80% full. Habit number 2, this all goes into the 80% rule. Chew each bite of food between 15 and 20 times. All right, that's really self-explanatory. The other part that goes into this is making sure that you put your fork down between each bite. So 80% full. How do you do that? You chew 15 to 20 times and you put your fork down between bites. Overall, the entire idea is to put a self-limiting control over how much you're actually taking in. So basically, when you sit down for any meal, I don't care what kind of food it is. Notice I'm not telling you what to eat. I don't care what you're eating right now. Whatever it is that you're eating, the overall goal, habit for right now, day 1, eat only until you're 80% full. This feels like maybe you want to get up and go get seconds, but you don't. This feels like I could eat more, but I won't. This feels like if I wait 10 minutes, I'm actually probably going to feel pretty satisfied. That's what 80% full is. So without overcomplicating it, that is what your first habit is of this challenge. Eat only until you're 80% full. This includes holiday parties, gatherings, social events, whatever, because that's where people really fall off the wagon. But if you utilize this tool of only eating till you're 80%, you might find that you're able to enjoy yourself while also being able to reach your goals. Okay, part number 2 of today's video, of course, is your daily challenge workout. There's going to be 2 variations. So if you listen to the first variation and that's the one you're doing, then you can cut the video off. If you have a pair of dumbbells, you'll wait for the second variation of the workout to come up. So these are going to be challenging, so if you haven't worked out in a while, do expect to be pretty sore. But here we go. Basically what's going to happen is you're going to set a clock. You're going to hit go. Every 2 minutes, you're going to do the following work. So I say you're going to set a clock. It's going to be counting up. You have 2 minutes to complete the following. You're going to do between 12 and 15 air squats. That's, of course, just using your body weight to go down and up. A nice deep full squat, really controlled, bracing your core. So you've got 2 minutes to get between 12 and 15 air squats in. But you also have to do more within that first 2 minutes. If you cannot at this time do regular push-ups, you are also going to do between 8 and 12 full knee push-ups. When I say full, I mean make sure your hips aren't back like this, but that your hips are through. And you do full knee push-up between 8 and 12 repetitions. So you've got a clock that's counting up. And you have 2 minutes to do between 12 and 15 squats and 8 to 10 knee push-ups. Now, let's say that takes you 1 minute and 30 seconds. You're gonna wait around until that 2 minutes is up until the next set of 2 minutes, where you will continue to do 12 to 15 air squats, 8 to 10 knee push-ups. You're doing 6 full sets of that. So every 2 minutes times 6, so basically 12 minutes of work, you're gonna be doing your air squats and your push-ups. That's not all. You have part 2. Part 2 is the exact same format. Every 2 minutes, 6 minutes. Every 2 minutes, 6 rounds. So 12 minutes total of work. Now, you're gonna be doing 20 bear crawl steps. So basically, if you're gonna crawl like a baby crawls, all you're gonna do is lift your knees and do the exact same type of crawl, but you've gotta do it nice and slow and controlled, because I don't want your hips swaying back and forth. It's a core exercise. Once you've done 20 bear crawl steps, you're gonna immediately jump up and do yourself some classic 25 jumping jacks, okay? So again, same thing. You've got 2 minutes to get in your bear crawls and your jumping jacks, and you'll do that 6 total times. So today's workout is only gonna last 24 total minutes. 12 minutes for the first set, 12 minutes for the second set, okay? So if you're a little bit more advanced, basically, you're gonna do the same workout, but instead of doing air squats, you're gonna do dumbbell front squats if you have dumbbells. So dumbbell front squat, keep them in the front rack position. You know what I'm talking about if you're gonna do the more advanced, okay? And then if you can do regular push-ups, you'll just do your standard regular push-ups, not defaulting to the knees. Now, when it comes to the bear crawl, you can, if you so choose, instead of doing body weight, you will do with dumbbell, okay? That makes those tremendously more difficult. And you can increase the reps, if you'd like, on the jumping jacks. What kind of weight? Totally depends. I would say maybe 25 pounds per hand for the dumbbells if you're fairly advanced, but you can modify as you'd like, okay? So that's it. That's day 1. You've got your power habit, which is to eat to 80% full no matter what you're eating. Make sure you chew thoroughly, put your fork down. By the way, I know this is like really unsexy advice. I'm not telling you the secret to get a six-pack, because there really isn't one. But to be frank, this is the first step to doing so. But these are legit habits that build the foundation for great things later on. So they don't sound super sexy, but you should really take them seriously, and they can really honestly be super life-changing. So 80% full, and then I just described what your challenge workout is going to be for the day. Okay, make sure that you either respond to this post, comment. I want to know how everything went. That's how you're going to get credit for participating. Otherwise, I don't really know whether you're doing anything. Or respond to this from the email format, okay? All right, everybody, have a great day. Have a great workout. Eat to 80% full. All right, bye.